What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, boxing media and pundits are doubting two-division world champion, undefeated WBC middleweight world champion, Jermall Charlo, in his highly upcoming anticipated showdown with middleweight contender Sergiy Derecyanchenko. Now, I love Sergiy Derecyanchenko. Sergiy Derecyanchenko competed in a very, very close fight against former middleweight world champion Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs. And his last outing, I thought he beat former unified middleweight world champion superstar boxer Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Now, Sergiy didn't get the nod in that fight, but I believe he should have. He hurt Gennady Golovkin multiple times in that fight. He was countering Gennady Golovkin. Now, he did get dropped in the fight, and Gennady Golovkin did have success in the fight. But I thought in the second half of the fight, Sergiy Derecyanchenko clearly won the second half of that fight. So he's a rough, rugged, come-forward technician that's relentless. He has it all. He has power. He has boxing ability. He's relentless. He brings a lot to the table. I love Sergiy Derecyanchenko. I was privy to 2 weeks of his training camp in preparation for Jermall Charlo fight. But Jermall Charlo, I believe, is a different animal. Jermall Charlo continues to get overlooked. Is it because he campaigns in the same division as Gennady Golovkin and four-division Mexican superstar, former world champion Saul Canelo Alvarez? It seems like he gets overlooked, his accomplishments. And so now you have guys like Teddy Atlas, colorful analyst and trainer, historian in the sport of boxing, and many other boxing pundits, media members, and fans that believe Jermall Charlo hasn't proved anything yet. That Sergiy Derecyanchenko is going to expose or exploit Jermall Charlo's weaknesses. I don't see these weaknesses in Jermall Charlo. I don't think he has anything to prove. I would love to see him in there with a Canelo Alvarez. I would love to see him in there with Gennady Golovkin. I would love to see him in there with Danny Jacobs. And we're going to see him in there with Sergiy Derecyanchenko. But to say he has something to prove, and a lot of guys are picking Sergiy Derecyanchenko because they feel Sergiy Derecyanchenko is more battle-tested. They feel Sergiy Derecyanchenko has been in there with a higher level of opposition. Now, one would say that Gennady Golovkin is the best guy on either one of their resumes put together. And then you got Danny Jacobs. But then Jermall Charlo also has Julian J. Rod Williams, Austin Trout. He has a good resume. Right? Matt Korobov. A lot of people thought that he was exposing the Matt Korobov fight. Sometimes when you don't perform to the level that we used to seeing you perform, people feel like you lost. I think he has the goods. As a matter of fact, I know Jermall Charlo has the goods. I think in this fight with Sergiy Derecyanchenko, he's just going to be too big, too strong, too athletic, and with too much power. He's far more accurate than Gennady Golovkin. He's far more precise than Gennady Golovkin. And he's far more disciplined on defense than Gennady Golovkin, ultimately. Yes, is he going to see something different in Sergiy Derecyanchenko that he's seen in his career? Absolutely. But I believe he will be able to make the adjustments and get the victory, in my opinion. Because I think that Sergiy Derecyanchenko is just too small. I feel like he has a disadvantage. I don't believe Sergiy Derecyanchenko is a natural 160-pounder. In fact, I think he's a natural 154-pounder that campaigns at 160. Now he has the technical skills, he has the power, and he has the relentlessness and the heart to be a middleweight. And it showed in the Gennady Golovkin fight. Like I said, I thought he clearly was robbed in that fight. And I thought the Danny Jacobs fight could have been a draw. Now, due to the fact that Danny Jacobs got a knockdown early in the fight, I think that proved to be the difference. But that could have easily been a draw. I thought he clearly won the Gennady Golovkin fight. But I think that the skill set of Jermall Charlo is going to be too much, along with his size, too much an advantage over Sergiy Derecyanchenko. I think that Jermall Charlo has one of the greatest chins in boxing right now, currently. I don't want to say greatest. One of the better chins, if not the best chin in the sport of boxing, along with his twin brother Jermall and Danny Garcia. You have never seen Jermall Charlo in a compromised situation where you thought that he was seriously hurt and on his way out or dropped. We seen Sergiy Derecyanchenko dropped by Danny Jacobs. We seen Sergiy Derecyanchenko dropped by Gennady Golovkin. Right? Was he seriously hurt? No, but we seen him go down. You never seen Jermall Charlo go down, and you never seen him in a compromised situation where you thought this could be it, where you thought he was on his way out. And today, in his press conference, Jermall Charlo uttered those sentiments. He said he believes that Sergiy Derecyanchenko and his trainer, legendary trainer, Andre Rozier, are looking past him. Now, I don't think they're looking past him, but I think they understand they have to look through him, because this is his third opportunity, and it could be his last gas opportunity for Sergiy Derecyanchenko. Had his opportunity, Danny Jacobs. Had his opportunity, Gennady Golovkin. This could be it, as he's on the wrong side of 30. 34 to be exact. So I believe that, they are looking through him because they don't believe that anything Jermall Charlo is going to bring to the table is going to prevent Sergiy Derecyanchenko and his momentum in this fight, because they believe that this is it. They have something to prove, not Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo's 30 years old. He still has time, but he's undefeated. He don't know how to lose. He never hit the canvas. He don't know how that feels. He's never been in a compromised, hurt situation where he thought he was out. He don't know that because he has a granted chin. And he's been in there with big punchers. He's been in there with slick boxers. He's been in there with rough, rugged guys. Matt Karboff. Slick boxers. Julian J. Rock Williams. A combination of both in Austin Trout. Right? So he's been there before. He understands what it takes. K9 Bundridge. Cornelius K9 Bundridge. Right? So he knows what it takes. It's not like he's never been on his level. This is first pay-per-view outing, but the level of competition, yeah, you get the nod to Sergiy Derecyanchenko because Gennady Golovkin, you say, is better than both guys' resume combined. So that's who Sergey's been in the ring with, and he's been in the ring with Danny Jacobs. And he has a extensive amateur background. But Jermall Charlo, too big, too strong. So when guys like Teddy Atlas, he says he wouldn't be surprised if Jermall Charlo wins because Jermall Charlo is the favorite. But he thinks that Jermall Charlo hasn't seen and witnessed and been in the ring with a guy like Sergiy Derecyanchenko, who's very crafty, along with being relentless and having a lot of power. And he's very awkward, unorthodox at times. He could be a boxing technician, but he could be very unorthodox. And so that's the reason Teddy Atlas is pointing to Sergiy Derecyanchenko and a plethora of other boxing media and pundits. But me, myself, I think that Jermall Charlo has the goods. I don't think he has everything to prove like they're saying, because you see guys like Saul Canelo Alvarez just refuse and is reluctant to get in the ring with Jermall Charlo. Gennady Golovkin is not eager to get in the ring with Jermall Charlo. Maybe after Sergiy Derecyanchenko, maybe they'll be willing. Excuse me. Maybe they'll be willing to get in the ring with Jermall Charlo. They should. They need to, especially Gennady Golovkin. Canelo Alvarez is floating around middleweight, right? He's going up to 168, 175, coming back down to 68. Teasing 175. So we don't know what way Canelo Alvarez is going to fight at next. But Gennady Golovkin completely campaigns solely at 160, and that should be the next fight for a unification bout. Gennady Golovkin, Jermall Charlo. Huge event. Unification bout. Gennady Golovkin is the IBF champion. Jermall Charlo is the WBC champion. We need to make it happen should Jermall Charlo get past Sergiy Derecyanchenko, obviously, which is no walk in the park and there's no foregone conclusion. But I'm giving the edge to Jermall Charlo in this fight. I think he's skilled, too skilled. He's too big, has a great chin, and has great power. I think that's a recipe for disaster for Sergiy, and I love Sergiy Derecyanchenko as a person and what he brings to the table, his approach to the sport. But I just think he's in a disadvantage against Jermall Charlo. But that's what we waiting to see. But I think the boxing pundits are all wrong, and I think a part of it is, the approach, the attitude of Jermall and Jermall Charlo that a lot of people get turned off. I love it. It's great for the sport of boxing. It's promotion. Make it happen. But if that's the case, everybody should be pushing for Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin to get in the ring with Jermall Charlo after this fight, since they feel like he have to prove himself. And this is the measuring stick, and he gets over this hump and passes this test. We need to be pushing for Jermall Charlo and Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. Or maybe even Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, who is another world champion, WBO undefeated, 2-division world champion in his own right. That will be a mega fight as well. But let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.